Alright, Shalom, all praise to Yahweh, Basham Yahushai, Basham Rakakadash, double honor to the apostles, salute to brothers teaching the word in sincerity and in truth. So I'm gonna go straight to it and play this. Let's just play. Well, we're in the times of all out chaos. You're gonna have all out chaos happening. So let's play. Let's hear. Now, this is a former PM. It's funny, you got these former prime ministers, the ones that are not in. And they're the ones who are telling you about all the apocalyptic stuff that's going to come. Gordon Brown, he's coming with this talk now. Tony Blair, which Tony Blair rubbed soldiers with the Rothschilds. I just put a video up there showing you this dude chilling with them. Well, he was rubbing shoulders with the Rothschilds when Amalekite dude had died. So the small hats. So let's hear what they're saying.
Gordon Brown, good morning to you. Thank you very much for being with us here on Sky News. So, first of all, what would be achieved by holding daily emergency COBRA meetings?
Well, we've got energy crisis, we've got an inflation crisis, we're going to have a National Health Service waiting list crisis. What COBRA meeting, and that's the emergency committee that we hold when things are difficult, has got to do is ensure there's enough energy for the winter, ensure there's enough storage facilities, ensure that we can get the cost of living help to people, because we've only 7 weeks to go before October the 1st. You've got to change the universal credit computer to enable it to make payments to people. And there's no doubt that people are going to go without food and they're going to go hungry and cold in October if we don't take action now. So this is the time to take action. And that's why I'm saying that the government ministers should be meeting with the two leadership candidates so that...
So you heard that, man. You can watch the whole thing. Cost of living crisis. But he says people are going to go hungry, people are going to go cold. All of that by October the 1st. So we got a crisis coming up. They call it dark winters. And we got this crisis coming up. And these things are going to happen. And right now you haven't even got a prime minister in there. And both of them, they're all over the place. So everybody's panicking. You know, the voters and stuff like that. But this is just a situation where we're at with this. And this is all prophecy, man. You know, these countries are falling apart. You know, scripture says a kingdom divided against itself cannot stand. And you heard it, man. You know what? Let me pull it back and make you hear it again.
You can agree on code in only 7 weeks to go before October the 1st. You've got to change the universal credit computer to enable it to make payments to people. And there's no doubt that people are going to go without food and they're going to go hungry and cold in October if we don't take action now. So this is the time to take action. And that.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to skip it 4 minutes in here. Because we know what this stuff means. Let's play.
To alleviate some of these anxieties. You know, I talk to charities in my own area here in Scotland quite a lot, and they are dreading October. They are stocking up on duvets and sleeping bags and hot water bottles and sheets and pillows and blankets, because they know that people can't afford to heat their homes anymore, and the best we can hope is people heating themselves. I talk to churches and faith groups, and to their great credit, they're thinking of opening their church halls as heating hubs so that pensioners, instead of freezing at home, can have a warm place to go to. Now, if charities and organizations in the community are taking urgent action to do something, I think it's about time the government responded. The vacuum at the centre of government really has got to end.
I mean, you made that very clear, Mr. Brown, but if you were in Downing Street right now, what would you do today, this week, to make a real difference to those people facing those catastrophic bills on the 1st of October?
Well, the first thing I would do is call the meeting together with the leadership candidates, because they've got to approve what the Prime Minister would be proposing. I think the Chancellor's got to be back so that we do, first of all, we look at what we can do to help people pay the bills over the winter.
So you heard it, man. And you got these church organisations in Scotland, church organisations, charities and all that they're you know, and they're kind of different up there, but they're putting together because they already know people are going to be starved or people are going to be cold and all that. You know, you got certain areas, and I say, like, you know, being out in Scotland and all that, you got certain areas where people band together a bit more, man, than I'd say down in England, you know, and things of that nature. So this is getting real. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to close it out there, but I'm going to read a scripture here. And just, you know, scriptures like this, that we bring out all the time. You know what? I was let me get Micah. Micah 2:10. Arise and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with sore destruction. This ain't the time, this ain't your rest. You can clearly see that, man. We're at the last part of these prophecies, and we're seeing all this stuff that's coming down the pipeline. So this is crazy. This is spiritual, and some crazy spiritual stuff's really about to start happening out here. And you're hearing it from these prime ministers, ex-prime ministers that are not in the office and all of that. You know, they're the ones, a lot of them are the ones that are saying it. Tony Blair, Gordon Brown. You know, and they're not, then these dudes, they, you know, come on, man. I mean, there'll be another lesson, but these dudes are in it. You know, masonry and all that, in it heavy. So, you know, pretty much there you go, man. It was a short message. You know, just to prepare, man. You know, it's going to get, you know, the scripture says, and you know what, the UK is going to get, all over the world, America's going to be a complete war zone. You see what's going on over there in the court systems and things that, you know, things that you're seeing. They're getting ready to come against freedom of speech and all that, truthers or whatever you want to call it. People that speak alternative news and all that. So America's, you know, the gun rights and all that, it's just going to be a bloody war zone over there. Then over here, you're going to have the same thing. You're going to have riots, looting. You know, it's going to be like a scene from The Children of Men, which was a movie that was based over in the UK. Then you're going to have Europe. You know, Europe's going off. All over the world, look at what's happening in India. I think Sri Lanka, sorry. So, yeah, I mean, things are popping off, man. Things are popping off out here. And that's just the real, all right? So, you know, any false prophets that have been like, you know, living the American dream, man, well, that's going to put your ass to sleep. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.